to the Continental Congress, and the 241st anniversary of the signing of the Declaration of Independence, and today you are going to be a part of this story. For today we are going to figure out whether or not we can become a nation on our own. A couple of you have some cards in front of you. Most of you are going to be enjoying the show, but we're going to recreate a bit of what our founding fathers went through in Philadelphia on that brutally hot day, July of 1776.
The Continental Congress may now begin. A resolution was put forth by Mr. Lee of Virginia that these states are these colonies ought to be free and independent states. My colleague from Massachusetts, Mr. John Adams, seconded that motion. And a little bit of a response would be in order, but we will not clap our hands like ordinary folk. Perhaps just rapping of the knuckles on the table. Here at this Congress, and this is a secret Congress, gentlemen, as you know, the windows are closed, much to our discomfort. Gentlemen from New Hampshire, be upstanding. And when I call your name, say present. Dr. Josiah Bartlett.
Present.
Dr. Matthew Thornton.
Present.
Mr. William Whipple.
Present.
That's what this document is. It's your trip to the gallows for each and every one of you that signs this document. You are committing treason against the lawful government, whether you agree with that government or not.
It is absolutely the time to make that step. I am well aware of the blood and toil and treasure that it will take to sustain these states and this declaration. We have had the blood of our sons, our brothers, our fathers shed in the very streets of their homes to wither and die in front of their wives and children on their doorsteps, are seeking to destroy us, regardless of whether we seek peace or not. They are going to instill their power and authority at the point of the bayonet.
I am a captain of a slave ship, and I feel it would have a big impact on both mine and my community as well. I can go along with that Declaration of Independence if you will score that paragraph.
The British people are our cousins, and they share our suffering from the tyranny of the British Crown and the British ministers.
Arguments, I'd like to share my thoughts with you. I cannot blame the British people. Until recently, we were the British people. Mr. Adams and I, until last year, until 75, were still loyal to King George III. But, as you well know, the King has abrogated our charter. He has denied us our rights as Englishmen, rights that are natural and inherent, rights that were decided upon before there even was a parliament. The King has declared us in a state of rebellion. He has withdrawn his protection from us. He has hired thousands upon thousands of foreign soldiers to fight us. The King has shed American blood. And gentlemen, the blood of our countrymen cries to you from the ground. I leave you with one thought. We are not leaving the King. The King has left us.
Passage of harsh language towards the British people, say aye.
Aye.
All those in favor of keeping that passage, say nay. Not a one.
Sign a Declaration of Independence, and how can we want to be free if we enslave others ourselves? I argue absolutely vehemently that slavery is a moral issue, and it's not moral. So we can't do this.
Thank you, sir.
We have slaves and we take good care of our slaves, and it does contribute to our economy, and we love our slaves. We take very good care of our slaves. I can see this thing going, but I just don't see that happening.
Are slaves not humans as well? Would we deny them their rights, the rights that we are fighting for ourselves? I trust all of you know the right answer.
Thank you, Mr.
What we are hearing from our brethren from the north is total hypocrisy. They want to take our slaves. Because I own slaves in the state of Delaware. But who are the people that are getting rich? What kind of faces do you see in African wars? You see white faces, New England faces, seafaring faces. You see the people from Massachusetts and New England trading for slaves.
Never have I, nor will I ever own or have a slave work for me.
Said, we have never owned a slave, but I must own that I grew up in a household with slaves. My father and my mother had slaves, but I have always thought it a most iniquitous scheme. I wish there were not a single slave in the whole of Massachusetts. All men, as they are descended from Adam, have an equal right to freedom. Slavery does not answer that generous and Christian tenet that one should only do unto others as he wishes others to do unto him.